Using these Amazon FBA launch strategies, you're going to get sales for your Amazon FBA product from day one. And you're going to get your product to the top of the Amazon search results, which is going to lead to more sales. And I've used these 10 techniques to launch a lot of products on Amazon, including one product that I launched on Amazon that got over $11,000 in sales on the first day of launching the product. And my name is Travis Marziani. I'm a 7-figure Amazon FBA seller, and I've been doing this for almost 10 years. And this is going to be a complete how to launch your Amazon FBA business guide on how to do everything you need to do to properly launch your product so it's going to be a massive success from day one of selling on Amazon. And the first technique I'm going to share with you is how you can use social media to get a lot more people following you, following your product, and ultimately getting them from social media to your Amazon page so that they'll purchase your product. And it's important to know that the way that Amazon works is it's ultimately a search engine. People go to Amazon to search for things that they want to buy. And your goal when selling a product on Amazon is to try to get your product to the top of the search results, because products at the top of the search results get the most sales. In fact, it's actually exponential. And you can see that the product that shows up at the top of the search results gets by far the most sales, followed by the second place, third place, and fourth place product. And as products show up lower on the search results, they get less and less sales. If you're on page 2 of the Amazon search results, you're gonna get almost no sales. So your goal is to get on page 1 and to get as many sales as possible. And this video is gonna show you how you can get your product to the top of the search results, which is going to lead to the most money for you. And the second secret to launching your product on Amazon is to create an email list for people that are interested in buying your product, so that when you go to launch your product, you're gonna send out an email to all these people. And I'm gonna show you exactly how to get people to join your email list and how to properly use your email list. Because a lot of people, even if they have an email list of hundreds or thousands of people that are interested in buying their product, they don't know how to actually convert that email list into people that want to buy the product. And I'm gonna show you all the secrets on how to do that in this video right here. The third launch secret is to use a Facebook group. And this is something I haven't heard anybody else talk about. And it's crazy because it's so powerful. Basically, you get people that are interested in buying your product to join your Facebook group before you launch your product on Amazon. You ask them questions, you engage with them, you get them really excited about the product that you're going to be launching, so that when you do launch your product on Amazon, you're gonna post about it in the Facebook group that your new product is live. And everyone that's in that Facebook group is gonna be very excited to buy your product. So they're gonna go to Amazon, they're gonna buy it, and Amazon's gonna see that you're getting all these sales. And guess what? Amazon's gonna put your product to the top of the search results. The fourth launch technique I'm gonna share with you in this video is how to use influencers to help you drive traffic to your Amazon product. And there's a lot of people out there that have massive social media followings. And all you have to do is send them one of your products for free, and they're probably gonna post about it, and they're gonna share it with their audience. Their audience is then going to go to purchase your product because their favorite influencer is talking about it. And one of the products that I recently launched, I actually sent out 85 boxes of my product to influencers, and it had a massive effect on the sales of the product. And this ended up leading to my product being placed at the top of the search results for Amazon, and ultimately it ended up making a lot of money for me. And later in this video, I'm gonna show you how to find influencers that want to promote your product. I'm even gonna show you a brand new technique, and this is secret number 5, which is Amazon Live. So this is a new thing that just came out recently. It's basically QVC on Amazon. And QVC, for people that don't know, it's a television show where they sell products. And this is very similar, where influencers go to the Amazon website, they create a live stream on Amazon.com where they talk about different products that they're excited about that are currently available for Amazon. And you can get your product featured by one of these people. And when the influencers are talking about your product, there'll be a link down below to your product where people can go and buy it instantly. This is an extremely powerful tool because customers are watching an influencer live talk about how amazing your product is, and all they have to do is click a button and then they can purchase your product. This is one of the secret techniques that only the experts are using right now, that I'm going to be talking about how you can use this later in this video. And I'm also going to share with you one of the best tools to find influencers to promote your product is Rebate. But you can also find influencers that'll talk about your product on YouTube, Instagram, and a bunch of other platforms. This tool makes it extremely easy to find influencers to promote your product. I'm going to do an in-depth tutorial on Rebate later in this video, but technique number 7 is to do giveaways, search, find, buy, and ultimately just get as many people as possible buying your products and leaving 5-star reviews. That's something we haven't talked about yet. One of the best ways if you want to launch your product and get to the top of the search results, not only do you want to get a lot of sales, but the other part of it is you want to get as many 5-star reviews as possible and as quickly as possible. And I'm going to share all my techniques on how to do that, including how you can get strangers, how you can walk around town and get people to actually buy your product and leave 5-star reviews. And I've seen a lot of very successful Amazon sellers use this technique. And I'm going to be sharing with you later in this video not only how you can get sales, but how you can get reviews as well. And that leads us to launch technique number 8, which is Amazon PPC. And a ton of people will use PPC as soon as they're launching their product. And there's a lot of pros and a lot of cons with using PPC. And we'll be talking about the pros and cons of using PPC and whether or not you should do it. This is one of the most powerful launch techniques, but you need to be careful because if you're sending a bunch of PPC traffic to your listing and your listing has no reviews, it's probably not going to convert really well. Not a lot of people are going to want to buy your product and you might end up wasting a lot of money. That being said, Amazon PPC is actually the easiest way to get to the top of the search results right away. Amazon PPC stands for pay per click, and basically you pay every time someone clicks on your advertisement. But the benefit of Amazon PPC is immediately you can get to the top of the search results for whatever search phrase that you want. Secret number 9 I'm going to share with you is some of the best internet marketing principles out there. I've spent 10 plus years being an entrepreneur, reading as many books as possible. I'm going to condense it all down to you during secret number 9. And if you watch any part of this video, this is going to be the most important part of this entire video because I'm going to be sharing with you how to actually influence people to buy your product. And number 10, at the very end of this video, I'm going to share with you the 80-20 of launching your product. If you could only do a couple things, I'm going to share with you which are the most powerful and why. And before I start sharing all these techniques in depth, make sure to smash the like button because this video is part of a 7-day series where I'll be sharing all my secrets with you that I've learned over a decade of selling on Amazon, including hacks to skyrocket the launch of this brand new product that I created and launched in just 7 days. And during the series, I showed you how you can do it too. And at the end of this video, I'm going to share with you 2 secret weapons that will change how you launch your products forever. So make sure to pay attention to this whole video. And before we get into that, here's some info about today's sponsor. And you can throw out the spreadsheets and the software that clogs up your schedule and zaps your creativity, because what I'm about to share with you is not just a lifesaver, it's a life changer. STOKE.com has everything you'll need for the future of your business in one place. Marketing analysis to grow your brand, detailed performance tracking, up-to-date inventory and data. STOKE has got you covered. Your whole marketing strategy will skyrocket in the STOKE Marketing Center, the only place you can track your performance across all platforms, Amazon, Etsy, Shopify, and you can get strategic insights to maximize your profits. And now you can model your success after some massive brands. The new dashboard library features templates built and tested by successful brands, cross-platform ads, reporting, inventory management, and more. But if there's a custom dashboard you've always dreamed of but could never bring to life, STOKE will build it for you with custom dashboard creation. And forget having to manually input every single cent you earn. STOKE's Command Center tracks your sales, analytics, and streamlines reporting from an up-to-date business overview all the way to nitty-gritty of a single SKU. STOKE keeps track and gives you vital insights. And not only that, but you can track all your inventory with STOKE Operations Center. You never have to worry about overstocking or running out of your product ever again. In fact, you don't have to worry ever again. We used STOKE with carnivore electrolytes, and in 5 minutes, STOKE analyzed our marketing spend and CTR, and we're able to develop a whole new marketing strategy. STOKE will change the way you track your business to free your mind and help you grow. Go to stoke.com and use the code Travis at checkout for 10% off your first month. That's stoke.com and use code Travis at checkout. And the first technique that so many people forget about and so many people overlook is, as I mentioned, social media. And this is one of the easiest ways to build an audience for your product and to actually launch it on Amazon where you're gonna get a ton of sales. With billions of users every single day, you can harness the power of social media to increase the exposure of your new product by 86% and increase traffic by over 76%. And we have a bunch of different social media platforms out there. We have Facebook, we have Instagram, we have YouTube, we have Pinterest, we have Snapchat, we have TikTok and podcasting and a bunch of other ones. But let me tell you what I think the best social media platforms are right now and which ones you should actually be using that are gonna generate sales. And right now, I think TikTok is probably one of the easiest platforms out there to actually generate views and sales for your product. And TikTok was the reason why AJ was able to do over $500,000 in sales in his first year selling this product on Amazon. He built a tribe using social media. He created TikTok videos. His videos went viral and then people started following him. They loved the content. And when he launched his product on Amazon, his tribe was going to support him. All the people that had been following him, all the people that had been watching the videos went and they bought a bunch of his product cocktail cards. They left reviews and it ended up leading to a positive cycle where he would get sales that would lead to reviews. He'd get more and more reviews, which would lead to more sales, and it would just keep going and going, and his sales kept going up until he did over $500,000 in sales in his first year. And now he's by far the best-selling product in his category. He always ranks #1 when you search for anything related to bartender flashcards, cocktail recipe cards, anything like that. His product is gonna rank #1. And if you're going to be using TikTok, I also recommend using Instagram. You can post videos as an Instagram reel, which are still doing extremely well. There's also the option of doing Facebook, where you can also post videos. In fact, you can repost the same video on TikTok, Instagram Reels, and even as a YouTube short, and you'll get traffic from all those different platforms, and it's not gonna take any more work for you. On the other hand, maybe you prefer to create YouTube videos, which is what I like to do, which is another very powerful tool that you can use. Or if you want, you can do things like podcasting. Now, another option, if you don't wanna grow your social media, is you can do collabs with other brands, with other businesses, or as I mentioned later in this video, you can do collaborations with influencers as well. Once you start getting a lot of people viewing your TikTok, your Instagram, your YouTube, whatever it is, your goal is to get them to join an email list. Having a bunch of views on TikTok, having a bunch of views on YouTube isn't as powerful as actually getting their email. And we'll talk about why that is later in this video, but what you can do to get people to sign up for your email list is you can run a type of sweepstakes campaign. This is where you can tell people that you're giving away some of your product for free if they sign up for your email list. You can set up a sweepstakes campaign with rebate. This is what your potential customers will see. They can win a free product of yours. All they have to do is enter their email address. This is an extremely powerful way for you to grow your email list, and it's very easy to set up. You just gotta put the name, put the title, put an image right here of the product that you're going to be giving away, and some other information. And we did actually use this method of emails and social media to boost the launch of my brand new product, Carnivore Electrolytes. This is the product that I'm launching within just 7 days. And huge announcement, I'm actually giving this business away to one of my lucky subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to hit the subscribe button with the bell notification. I'll be posting a video next month with more details on how you can win this entire business. Technique number 3 is to start a Facebook group. And this is a hack that I learned because I found that it was very hard to get people to see your post in Facebook. But if those same people join a group that you happen to own and you post about your product in that Facebook group, Facebook will actually show that to people. Another thing that is really important about this technique is you start to build a community, because if you have a Facebook group where all the different people that are interested in purchasing your product, before you even start selling it on Amazon, if all these people are part of your community and you're asking them questions and you're engaging with them, what's going to happen is they're gonna feel ownership in your product. And you can post questions in there. You can ask people, hey guys, this is what my product looks like. What do you guys think? And people are going to comment and give you feedback and give you suggestions. And ultimately, it's going to lead to you creating a better product. But the other thing is they're going to start to interact with each other, and they're going to see that there's other people that are excited about this product. This creates community. It also creates scarcity, because when you go to launch your product, people are going to know that they need to buy your product right away because there's so many other people that are interested in your product. But ultimately, this ends up creating what's called social proof. As humans, we like to buy things that are already popular, where there's already social proof, meaning that other humans have approved of the thing that we're going to buy. This is why when we go to Amazon, we like to buy products with the most 5-star reviews. Or if we're deciding between two different restaurants, we'll go to the one that has the longer line. We'll assume that the one that has the longer line is actually better. Even though it would be more convenient to go to the restaurant that has the shorter line, we assume the one with a longer line has better food and that's why it has a longer line. By using a Facebook group or creating a group in some other way, maybe by using Discord, you're going to be creating commitment and consistency as well. And this is a principle that was made popular by the book Influence. And in this book, it talks about how you can influence people to take action. And the principle of commitment and consistency is basically, if someone says that they're going to support something, they're more likely to continue to support it. So by asking questions in a Facebook group and getting people to give their feedback and basically pledge that they're interested in this product, when you go to launch it, they've already committed and they want to stay consistent with their word, saying that they are likely to buy this product when it actually comes out for sale. And I think that a Facebook group is a lot more powerful than just an email list. The problem with an email list is it's not interactive. It's not really a community. A Facebook group starts to have the feeling of community because with an email list, it's just you talking to a bunch of people. They don't know that other people exist. But when you have a Facebook group, it actually creates a sense that you're all part of this tribe, that you're all working on this thing together. Secret number 4 is to use influencers. And over the past 6, 7, 8 years, influencer marketing has been started to be taken very seriously by all major brands. In fact, the ad spend for influencers worldwide is projected to reach over $30 billion this year. Every brand can see how powerful influencers are. And with Carnivore Electrolytes, we have not yet engaged with influencers, but it's something that I'm going to be looking at in the future. Now, I do share in depth how you can find influencers and all these different launch strategies in my Amazon FBA program, the Passion Product Formula. There is a link to that down below in the description. But there's a lot of people online that have built up really big social media followings. And I know you at home, you might not want to start your own social media account, and you don't need to, because there's already people that's what they do for a living every single day. And so what you can do is you can connect with one of these influencers and have them promote your product for you. Now there's different ways to do this, but let's talk about how to find influencers. And I recommend going to Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok and searching for your relevant niche, whatever your topic is. So for instance, with the Carnivore Electrolytes, it would be people that are interested in the carnivore diet. Then you can search through all those different people and you can message them. And I'd recommend finding influencers that have an audience between 5,000 and under 100,000, because those are the people that you could send a free sample of your product or the product itself to these influencers, and they're the ones that are most likely to actually talk about it on their social media. People that have a following of above 100,000, they're likely to want some kind of compensation. And a lot of people will say yes to a free product. Now, sometimes it is worth it to pay people to post about your product, especially if they have a really large audience or a really committed audience. And I use the technique that I've talked about here to find over 85 different influencers, and I set them all a box of my product. This was for a previous product that I had launched, and it ended up leading to some of the most massive day one sales that I've ever had when launching a product. Now, another secret to connecting with these influencers is to use what I call spotlight marketing. You can create a podcast for free, and you can ask these people to come on your podcast, and oftentimes they're going to be flattered, because what do influencers want? They want to reach bigger audience. They want to grow their audience. And one way that they can do that is by being featured in a podcast. Now, a lot of these smaller creators, they've never been featured in a podcast before. So when you send them a message and offer to interview them, they're going to be flattered. They're going to be excited. And when they come on the podcast, you're going to spend an hour talking about them, interviewing them, making them feel really good. And at the end of that interview, what I would recommend doing is asking them, can I send you a free sample of my product? Maybe even ask them some questions like, hey, I'm launching this product. What do you think about this? Is this something that you would be interested in? And obviously if they say yes, then send them a free product. But also if they say no, ask them some questions on like, how could you improve your product? And if you make those improvements to your product, they're gonna feel very invested. They're gonna feel like they were part of the creation of it. And when you go to launch your product, they're gonna wanna promote your product. They're gonna wanna share your product. They're gonna wanna talk about how amazing the product that they helped to create is. Now I wanna share with you one of the newest launch strategies out there, and this is to use Amazon Live. And so here's what Amazon Live looks like. You can see that we have a person right here talking about dresses that she loves. And she's talking about how cool they are, how amazing they are. And people are watching this. And right now there's over 640 people watching this live stream. As people are watching this, they can click right down here and they can buy the dress. It's that easy. And that's extremely powerful because now you can have influencers talk about your product live on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. But that's so powerful about Amazon Live is that people can just buy the product with a one-click purchase. So this is an untapped marketing strategy right now. Technique number 7 is to get reviews. And you need to do whatever you can to get as many reviews as possible, especially from day one. I know one Amazon seller that he would literally go to bars, pubs, to coffee shops. He would just walk around town, start up conversations with people, and then say, hey, do you want my product for free in exchange for a review? He would then get people to pull out their phone to buy the product, and he would send them a Venmo or a PayPal for the full price of the product right there. He'd then get the person's phone number and follow up 2 weeks later and say, hey, Steve, thank you so much for buying the product. Can you please leave a review? And this worked like crazy for him. He got a ton of reviews using this method. In fact, I even bought one of his products and left a review because he was giving me a product for free. Another thing that a lot of people do, which is technically against the terms of service, is they get friends and family members to leave reviews. Now, be careful. This can get you banned if you're not doing it smart. One thing you want to be careful with if you're going to do this technique is make sure that you've never logged on to the same Wi-Fi with your Amazon seller account that they've logged on with their Amazon personal account. If Amazon sees this, they're going to realize that you guys are friends and they may end up blacklisting you. They might just delete the review, but it could be really bad. So you want to be careful with that. But I know a ton of people that will ask their friends to buy a product, to leave a review. And this is usually absolutely fine. I'm not supposed to say this. I'm going to get in trouble. A lot of people are going to get mad at me, but the truth is, usually you're going to be fine with this. You can even go to your local gym or to whatever local coffee shop, wherever you normally hang out, and just start talking with people and asking them to buy your product. Just make sure that if someone buys your product that you follow up and ask them to leave a review. The ideal way to do this is to have them actually search whatever keyword you want to rank for. So for instance, with carnivore electrolytes, we want to rank for carnivore electrolytes. So what we could do is we could have people in front of us go to Amazon, search for carnivore electrolytes, find our product, even if it starts out on page 2, buy the product, and then a week or two later, leave that 5-star review. Amazon's going to see this and realize that when people search for carnivore electrolytes, our product is the best product on the market because people are buying it and leaving reviews. And please be aware that if you're going to use this strategy, technically it is against Amazon's terms of service, but as long as you do it smart, you're probably going to be fine. Technique number 8 is to use Amazon PPC. And this is one of the easiest and most powerful ways for beginners to get their product promoted. And you can even just set up an automatic campaign. This is where you tell Amazon, here's my product, please promote it. Here's a bunch of money. I'm going to trust you. Now, I don't always recommend setting up automatic campaigns, but if you're a complete beginner and you just want a way to promote your product, automatic campaigns can work. Now, I don't agree that you should necessarily do Amazon PPC from day one. I personally think that you should get around 5 reviews minimum before you start spending money with PPC, because Amazon's happy to take your money. They're happy to send people to your product listing page. But if your product doesn't have any reviews, people aren't likely to buy the product. And I mean, think about it. When's the last time that you bought a product that didn't have any reviews on Amazon? Probably was a long time ago. And so what I generally like to do is to get as many reviews as possible from friends, family, from strangers, from whoever I can before I start using PPC. Technique number 9 is to use internet marketing principles. And there are 2 books that I recommend every internet marketer should read. And the first one is called Launch. And this book is all about how you should launch products. And there's so many things in this book. This is something I go in depth about in my Amazon FBA program. But the basic principle is that when you're launching a product on Amazon, you should have some kind of a buildup. Think about when they're launching a new Star Wars movie or any new movie. They don't just tell you, hey, the day before that the movie is about to go live, here's some movie. They build up. They get people excited. They have the actors go on late night talk shows. They do a whole social media marketing campaign. They put out commercials with trailers of the movie before they even launch the movie. They build up the hype so that on the day of the launch, there's a line wrapped around the block. People are so excited. You should be doing the same thing with your product. And this book, Launch, goes in depth about how to do that. But the basic principle is all the things that we've been talking about so far in this video. You want to get it so that you have a community of people that are excited about your product before you launch your product. Then leading up to the launch of the product, you want to start teasing about it and telling people maybe a month before you're going to launch it, here's the date, get excited. Then 2 weeks before, remind them just 2 weeks until we're going to launch. A week before, let them know that in just 1 week, you're launching this new product that you've been working so hard on. And then the day before, get everyone hyped up. And then the day of, let everyone know that you've just launched your product. Now, what I usually recommend doing is having some kind of a discount for the first week so that there is some kind of urgency. And this is a principle from the book Influence that I've talked about multiple times. There's 6 principles in this book, Influence, that helps you to influence people to actually take action. And commitment and consistency, urgency or scarcity is another way of saying it, is another really big one. If something is infinite, it's abundant, people aren't going to feel the need to take action. I mean, you're not freaking out over, saving up a bunch of water because there's so much water in the world. It feels abundant. But clean water is something different. And that's how a lot of bottled water companies have been able to advertise their product is they're like, oh, this is a special type of water. It's very rare. It's spring water. It's from Fiji. It's whatever kind of weird marketing strategies they use. It's because there's some kind of scarcity around it, that it's not overly abundant. There are a bunch of other principles from this book, Influence. I highly recommend reading this book. Now let's talk about the 80-20 of which of these you should actually do. And no matter what, I think you should get some kind of social media up there. Post videos about your product. Let people know that your product's coming. And I also think you should have a Facebook group. Try to get people into a Facebook group. Also get them on an email list. Now, using influencers is something that's relatively optional, but it can be a very powerful tool. Another launch tactic that we didn't talk about is the Amazon Vine program. This is a way for you to have Amazon get people to review your product, and it'll have this little Vine approved badge next to their review. And when you're first starting out, this could be a good way to get your initial reviews if you don't have friends or family, or you don't have a launch group or anything like that. And if you want to get a free 8-hour step-by-step course about how to launch on Amazon FBA, check out this video right here. I go in depth sharing everything you need to know to create and launch an Amazon FBA business. So click on that video. I'll see you in the next video, and thanks for watching.